Hey, I am Soul, it is Friday, and it's time for the news. Our top thing of the week isn't so much of a story or a news point, it's more like a conspiracy. Polish magazine Pixel did an interview with Tom Chilton, and during that interview, it seems that Tom leaked out the fact that 10.1 million subscribers are active in the world of Warcraft. Of course, once word got out and word started spreading over the internet, Blizzard came out to say, hey, no, he didn't say anything like that, and we don't report those subscriber numbers anymore. No. So it's kind of not a story because it's not official. Blizzard is not backing up whatever was mistakenly said and they're trying to pull back on. There's no way for us to know. But of course it doesn't mean that people are going to talk about it and talk smack about it. When news broke, people were going, what? People were kind of flipping out over it. I mean, it is a very, very impressive number to boast. And if I were to really make a conspiracy theory about it, I'd be like, okay, let's kind of humble brag about how many subs we've got, but let's make it deniable when shit hits the fan. So I don't know if this was a failed attempt at a humble brag or not, but I think ultimately just the rumored spout of this number doesn't spell good things for Blizzard. Now I've been saying for years that it really doesn't matter what the subscriber count is. All it is a data point. I mean, the last thing that we have is like a 5 point something million number. I forget what the number is now, but now someone has a 10.1 quote unquote unofficial number over on their graph, and it's a number that's just going to be used as the foundation of some argument for the health of the game, which it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with it. So if this really was a mistake on Tom's part, well, that's his bad. And while it's not going to happen, I hope that people can finally move on from the whole subscriber number thing, because something very important that Blizzard should have realized when they first started bragging about their subscriber numbers was eventually it will become zero. But anyway, moving on. Recent hotfix detailed changes to mythic Keystone rewards. So before, when you completed a mythic Keystone like hella fast, like 5+ minutes faster than the goal time, you'll get extra chests with extra loot and extra artifact power. So what's going to happen is that these extra chests aren't going to contain the extra artifact power that they used to have, but instead the initial chests that do have the artifact power are going to have more of it inside those first chests. Essentially, it's a nerf in those scenarios where you complete Keystone dungeons in a very quick amount of time. And a certain set of players seem kind of pissed about it, because they're not going to be able to get artifact power that quickly. Of course, there's another set of players that felt like this was the way to go to grind artifact power as fast as they can, and they're probably breathing a little sigh of relief right now. It's funny, it's like there's a giant population of players that have different tastes and preferences and methods to obtain stuff, and ultimately any change will, it'll make some people happy and some people not. It's crazy. You just can't make anyone happy. It is almost exactly 1 month until Chicken and Waffles Con, or PalCon 2016, or, BlizzCon. Two people that I haven't heard or seen of have appeared to infiltrate the room that Laura seems to live in, and gave us a preview of all the stuff that's going to be on sale over at BlizzCon, and they announced the online merchandise sale that's going to go down on October 12th. The stuff's looking pretty good, although last year I don't think I remember buying anything. Hopefully this year the selection will be something to my liking and to my pocket's liking. But go ahead and check that out. I'll provide a link somewhere or in the description below. And in a little bit of good news for the 7.1 patch, it looks like Blizzard is lifting some of the reputation requirements for Suramar. So if you guys have completed the Arcway and Court of Stars dungeons, your entire account will be flagged for having those dungeons unlocked. At the same time, if you have World Quest unlock on one tune, then you're going to have it unlocked for everybody. So yay, I'm down for a little bit less superfluous grinding in part of the Nightfallen quest line and all that. The whole World Quest free unlock, that one seems, well, I guess they were just like, oh, well, shit, might as well do that too. I don't think it was needed. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of questing to do to unlock that stuff in the first place, but hey, no complaints here. So I don't really have a top thing of the day. I kind of did that on Monday when I went over the piece on grinding and RNG and legendaries and stuff like that. And I think it's important that I state that there are many different There are a lot of different players, okay, and they all like different things, and at the moment it seems like the majority of players kind of prefer what's going on now, where there's kind of a lot to do, maybe a little bit too much to do, but it's still better than just kind of sitting on your garrison twiddling your thumbs all day. And what I'd love to get from you guys, I'd love to get some input as to what your kind of progression system, grindy system, what do you like? And I'd like to see some really specific stuff, not just, hey, I like the Lich King one because the Lich King thing is the greatest. So I'd like to see if you guys are happy with artifact power in its current form, if the legendary system should exist at all anymore. Or even, what do you think of professions? Like, personally, I prefer that the gear, the armor that you get from professions is kind of like how it was in Warlords of Draenor, where the armor was, it was better armor, it was equivalent to like the heroic type, but you had the crafted limit of 3 things. Maybe that could be a little bit higher, I don't know. But I like reading your guys' thoughts and opinions. I don't want to kind of jump into the conversation down in the comments below, because I'm afraid that kind of disrupts things. So off the top of my head, I think it was like Daniel Holmes and someone else on the legendary, the RNG video that I did Monday. I don't know if you guys are still talking on there, but really cool conversation that you guys are having. Very spirited. Just don't get too mean, but I wanted to acknowledge you guys and give you guys a shout that, hey, I am reading this stuff. It's pretty cool, and thank you. But yeah, that's all I got for this week. Just wanted to keep this one a little bit shorter and sweeter, I guess. Thanks as always for your support, and you guys have a great weekend. I'm Soul. Stay breezy, guys.